I'll be honest with you, I was skeptical. However, maybe I'm a believer. I don't want to talk about how much whiskey I just got on my blazer.
Hey, thanks for joining us for your dose of weekly whiskey with John and Jay.
That's right, guys. Weekly Whiskey is made on Mackie. If you'd like to find out more about the top-notch studio gear that we're using to make us sound great, check out Mackie.com.
Rock on. Yeah, thank you, Mackie. We are loving how everything is sounding. We're loving how things are looking. So let's go ahead and get on into it. What do we have in store today, John?
Let's do a review today, Jay. This one is getting a little bit spicy out there. People seem to be scooping this one up. I'll be honest with you, I was skeptical. However, maybe I'm a believer. Let's dig in.
Cool. So today we are drinking the Willett Blackened Rye. This is produced at Willett. It is for Blackened. If you think that name sounds familiar, it is because it's Metallica's whiskey brand. And this one is a cask strength blend of ryes that are matured in Madeira wine casks. So this one should be pretty interesting, I'd say.
Yeah, so we're talking about some potentially delicious rye whiskey. I'm a big rye fan, so I'm already kind of excited about this. But then we're going to finish it in a wine cask, round it out, add some fruity flavors. What do you think is going on with this thing? Let's kind of go through. We'll break it down, nose, palate, finish, and then kind of do an overall impression. Go ahead and dig in for us. What do you got?
Yeah, totally. So Willett usually has that big kind of cherry note on the nose. We've talked about it at length before in other episodes, especially our Wilderness Trail Rye episode. So I'm kind of interested to see how much fruit is here, especially with how fruity Madeira is already. But on the nose, it's mostly oak, kind of pepper. There is some cherry, there's some orange peel. This is very, I want to say very Manhattan-y.
Okay, so this is definitely rye grain, obviously popping out. You've got that sort of a cocktail in a jar ready to go. When you first dive into this thing, is it jumping straight out to you as a Willett product, or is it coming through as just a more complex product? Tell me a little bit about that on the nose.
Honestly, I don't know that I would peg this as Willett. If you just handed this to me and said, hey, try this rye, what do you think? This would definitely strike me more as kind of a Wilderness Trail. It's a little more tobacco-y than I expect. Like Willett Rye is spicy, but it's got those big fruit notes, and it kind of comes across as a younger, more kind of vivacious rye. This is much darker. It's got a lot more oak, a lot more tannin, a lot more spice to it. It just seems bigger bodied overall.
Okay. So as you start digging through the palate, what's sort of your first impression there? That first sip as it goes through, what's that coming through as? And then as it develops, kind of talk us through it, especially for folks looking for that wine cask finish. What's that doing?
Oh, man. So first off, yeah, you can't ignore the wine cask. It is there. It's not super overwhelming, but it adds some really nice structure to it. It adds a little bit of sweetness, goes well with that rye spice, adds some of that kind of bitters, Angostura, and that orange note. Really interesting. But the first thing I think of when I take a sip of this is how good it is to be drinking a cask strength rye again. That was my biggest complaint with the regular Blackened.
Sure.
I wish the proof was higher. This totally fixes this. This is big. This is bold. This drinks like a kind of like a black Manhattan or a barrel-aged Manhattan. And that Madeira wine is there, but just enough.
Cool. So what's the finish like? Is this thing hanging on a long time, short finish? And does it move from spicy to sweet or vice versa?
Yeah, this is really interesting. Really long finish. Starts fruity, ends big, spicy, bold. Like you're not going to forget that you had a sip of this. Honestly, I'm pretty thrilled with this. I did not expect to like something from Blackened. I've been surprised over and over. The more it seems this bottle is breathing, the more it's opening up. And I think that the proof was absolutely the right choice here. This is the right amount of wine, right amount of rye, right amount of proof, and it's a bruiser. Like there's a lot to dig through.
So overall, it sounds like this thing is a win, which is absolutely great. Guys, I just want to thank everybody for catching their dose of weekly whiskey here with Jay and I, especially with something that's a brand new product that we're going to do a quick review on, and really nice to be able to taste through this for you. If this is something that you enjoyed, go ahead and let us know in the comments if you've had the Willett Blackened, because I am really excited to hear other people's thoughts on this product and see how far this thing goes down the road.
Yeah, definitely. It's $129. I'm happy I bought it. I'm happy I paid for it. So if you liked what you saw tonight, if you enjoyed the review, you found it useful, go ahead and drop us a like. Go ahead and subscribe. If you'd like to become part of our community, if you'd like to support what we're doing, if you'd like to gain access to some more inside information, you can check out patreon.com/thewhiskeynet.
And also, don't forget to check out our studio sponsor, Mackie. They're on Instagram at Mackie Gear. or you could go to Mackie.com and find out more about these great studio products that we're using to make us sound good. They also somehow make Jay look extra good too. I don't know if that's a selling point or not. I mean, I always thought you were a handsome guy, Jay, but I think these Mackie products might be making you look just a little bit more handsome.
I mean, that face for radio, they weren't lying, but I think it's buffing me up a little bit. So they make it sound great. They have all the studio gear you might need. If you're looking for more from John, you can find him at thebourbonfinder.com and also on Instagram. If you're looking for more from me, I'm over at whiskeyraiders.com. Cheers, y'all. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on Patreon.